Welcome students. Today, let's look at the economic aspect of a natural disaster and how the definitions that they would use to classify them, to take actions, and when to jump into the actions will impact and how it is going to have repercussions over widespread area. Without any delay, let's start. What actually is a natural calamity? And after that, let's understand the definition of natural calamity, how it will impact the claims of insurance, how it will impact of aid given by disaster response force and NDMA's other actions. Okay. So first, what actually natural disaster, if you look at that, a calamity, natural disaster or calamity, which are synonymous, a calamity which is produced due to natural processes. When I say natural process, it has to be purely natural. No anthropogenic or human-made activity should involve in it. So, can we call a lightning a natural disaster? So, if someone dies due to thunder or lightning, can we classify it as a natural death? The death is natural death. Yes, but lightning, unfortunately, is not a notified disaster. Similarly, earthquakes and flooding, the definition is so vague that the natural calamity doesn't include these floods that we witnessed in Wayanad and how it is impacting with the definition and how it will impact the claims of insurance. To understand that, usually people go for two kind of insurances. One is general insurance. Other than general insurance, we have life insurance. You might have understood. You may be having experience of your own claims, or at least by watching Oh My God movie, which was remade into various regional languages, where the general insurance, which is for property rather than human life, was questioned, and even the life insurance, which is for human. So if you consider both, any activity with, you might think about the act of God clause, etc. But if you look at deep into it, 10% tolerance is seen. This 10% tolerance is about how much is the human-made process involved in it. We may claim the present flooding in Wayanad is due to human activity as well. Climate change is responsible for it and many other unsustainable developmental activities. It may be human-induced landslide, but to what extent is the question. To understand the graveness of the situation, about how the claims not being fair may impact the claimant and the poor who were relying on this. There's a report by SBI that almost $9.8 billion of insurance claims were rejected in last 6 years. You might be thinking it may be due to COVID-19, but no, these are general insurance. People who were insuring their homes, they were insuring other properties, could not claim this insurance in natural disasters, or which they at least think about as natural disaster, but turned out to be a human induced as per the clause in the insurance. So this is one part of it. And Niti Aayog has estimated about the kind of disposal of funds by NDMA and Home Ministry to states are only a solace, or which would cover only 28% of the required funds. This is because even during natural disasters, states will be crippled of their taxation power at least for weeks where they don't receive taxes. And the second thing is that the immediate measures they need to take to restore normalcy is a double whammy, and they need some kind of help from center. In this scenario, if it is this minuscule, the funds would be insufficient to cover the immediate needs. So, along with this, there were instances of election courts as well where they can't play the game appeasing. So, even the fund disposal has been reduced. So, these economic impacts are very grave, and the necessity to look into it and craft the definition better to suit it is very essential. So, hope you understood at least the problem. Then, if you understood the problem, the solution is about a transformational statute where, according to the condition, periodically you change the definitions and issue the guidelines to insurance. So, the Standing Committee of Parliament on Finances, which is under Lok Sabha, purely only Lok Sabha members would be represented. They need to be looking into this, invite the experts to frame a better definition, and this committee need to make sure the situations are catered by changing definition periodically. Hope you understood this scenario and a kind of solution. So it's time to say thank you. I'll be back before you another day with better analytical video. Till then, thank you.